Dean Smith got Aston Villa promoted and made them a stable Premier League team, but a disappointing start to the 21-22 season made Villa want to change direction. Steven Gerrard, who won Rangers their first Scottish Premiership title since 2010, is the choice for Aston Villa. But how exactly will he set up the team? How will they play? And is he the manager to push them into European football? Appointed on the 1st of June 2018, Gerrard has managed nearly 200 matches with an impressive win percentage of 64%. His first job as a manager was instantly into the deep end with expectations from the board at Rangers. And high expectations is something he's going to have from the very start at Aston Villa. It's the reason as to why they sacked Dean Smith. And ultimately, Gerrard will be judged on those expectations, which is why this appointment is so interesting. Villa have kept progressing season upon season, and this season was about competing for a European football spot due to the money that they spent. And this is why this appointment is a risk, but one that may have a high reward. We've already seen what's happened with Patrick Vieira, a manager with high ambitions, new to the Premier League, a young forward-thinking manager that the players can get behind. But the situation is a little different from Crystal Palace. The expectation of Villa is higher, and they've already been playing good, attractive football. Vieira was instead walking into a team that had been steady with comfortable bottom half finishes where the football hadn't been too entertaining. So his expansive football is a big contrast to previous seasons at the club, which of course draws interest and makes people think Vieira's doing a good job at Crystal Palace. But Villa are aiming higher than Crystal Palace. They want to get back to the football they were playing, which makes this a tougher job for Gerrard. However, he's proven his style at Rangers. He's got experience in European football, been in a job since 2018 and won a league title with Rangers. Villa are making the move and appointing one of the most promising young managers right now. So how could Villa start playing with Gerrard as manager? Let's take a look at what he's done already. Gerrard has predominantly used a 4-3-3 with a big focus on the creativity from his fullbacks and in general the creativity in wide areas. Barisic and Tavernier have been so influential to Rangers, and this is what Gerrard will look to have at Villa as well. The importance of them shows as Tavernier had the most assists last season for Rangers with 10, Barisic with 7. Also, the two fullbacks were first and second in the league for most accurate crosses with 94 and 73. At Villa, Target and Cash have been attacking but not as influential creatively as the fullbacks for Rangers. But there is definitely promise in these players to get more out of them. Target provided the most accurate crosses for Villa last season, but ultimately the fullbacks for Villa had 2 assists each. Whether we'll see that major improvement from them remains to be seen, but maybe there will be tweaks at Villa where the chances created are coming from elsewhere. For example, other than Grealish, who's not at the club anymore, their chances have previously been created by Ollie Watkins, John McGinn, and should be created by new signing Emi Buendia, which he was fantastic at doing for Norwich. With the fullbacks pushing high, offering width and crosses into the box, this is where the wingers come into play to find space in central areas and make runs in behind to be goal scorers too. The forward three is an interesting debate at Aston Villa, especially after the signings they made in the summer. The dilemma at Villa is after Danny Ings joined the club and choosing between Ollie Watkins or Danny Ings as your striker, or maybe they can both fit in the same team. Dean Smith saw these players as must-haves in his team after Watkins' impressive debut Premier League season and Ings being the proven goalscorer he is, it's hard to leave one of these on your bench. Well, interestingly, in my Crystal Palace video discussing their improvement so far under Vieira, one of the talking points was how he's used Edouard and Benteke and effectively had them in the same first 11. The same thing can happen here with Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings. As good as Watkins has been as the striker, when playing in that position he came deep, was creative, linked up with teammates to create chances and regularly drifted onto the left flank. So with Watkins on the left, Ings in the middle and Buendia on the right, this is a front three that can work with goal scorers in Watkins and Ings, creativity in Watkins again and Buendia, then crosses, the link-up play and width provided from the fullbacks. Gerrard has done something similar with Kemal Roof in the past at Rangers, where he's a goal scorer but has played out wide. It just means that although Watkins is a winger on the team sheet, he's basically acting as a wide forward with goal scoring at the forefront of his mind. Another player to come into the front three will be Leon Bailey, a new signing this summer who has started brightly but needs more game time to consistently show what he can do. He's a different kind of player with great speed, versatility to play on either flank and is left-footed. On the right side, he'll regularly cut inside to cross or shoot himself, and by doing this it will open space for the overlap from Matty Cash on the right flank. Plenty of options here, but what will he pick? Let me know what you think Gerrard will do, and please click the like button if you are enjoying the video so far. In midfield, well, there's another one of the creators that we mentioned earlier in John McGinn, and he's a certain in the team. Douglas Luiz as the defensive midfielder, I'd also imagine is fairly straightforward for Gerrard. But as the other midfielder, like John McGinn, a player who will get freedom to push higher and attack, I still have optimism for Morgan Sanson, and I won't let my optimism for him slip. In Gerrard's team, which presses a lot out of possession, something we'll get to, and a great stat to back that up I'll show in a moment, but Morgan Sanson may find his place in the team just for that. It was a heavy talking point in my video I made on Sanson when he joined the club. He's a relentless presser off the ball, very energetic, and this kind of quality is something Gerrard will love in a player, and this is what may give Sanson an advantage over other players in the squad. But there is a good player there, maybe he just needs some belief under a different manager in a role which suits him well, especially on the right side, roaming onto the right flank like he did at Marseille. But like I mentioned, whoever starts in the team, the pressure applied out of possession will be evident with Gerrard in charge. In the Europa League this season, they've averaged the most attempted pressures per 90 with 58. Players like Watkins, Buendia and Sanson are effective pressers of the ball. Danny Ings has attempted the most for Villa this season, but has not been so effective in winning back possession. In more of a structure, pressing the opposition high, they might become better at winning the ball higher up the pitch. This is why I can see Gerrard favouring those players I mentioned like Watkins, Buendia and Sanson, because they've proven that they suit this kind of football. And that's one thing I think Gerrard has got right coming into Villa. He's joining a team who have pressed a lot before with players who will understand him, so it's a good matchup. Defensively is where Gerrard has made Rangers look really impressive. This season, for example, in the Europa League, Rangers have had the least shots on target against them per 90 with 1.75. And with just 10 goals conceded in 33 league matches last season when winning the league, this just shows how impressive their pressing system out of possession is. With the high line that he plays, making it compact but high up the pitch, this makes the space difficult for the opposition to work in, so any longer passes over the top are cleared up by the goalkeeper, and players are caught offside often due to the high line that they play. For the reasons given then, I'd think this starting 11 would suit the way he wants to play, but expect rotation with Leon Bailey getting game time. Jacob Ramsey, who has been given plenty of minutes this season, Traore and El Ghazi will still play their parts. Please click the like button if you did enjoy the video, it really does help the channel, so that's massively appreciated. For more insight and analysis, subscribe to Route 1.